welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. It is Virginia's birthday. How about that, huh? Yeah, what a lovely thing. Get to celebrate on a Monday. Yeah.
Happy to again.
So exciting, huh?
I love how it's her birthday, but I'm getting presents. I got a whole pizza to bring home.
Yeah, this is some amazing stuff. Yeah, we got some nice little treats in here today, and I was just kind of warming my way up to some of these chicken wangs here, which are above board, baby. These are some of the best I've had, and what I love is they're grilled, and something I've never seen before, too, that Sicilian Oven is doing is they're putting kind of like these sauteed onions on top
garlic.
of this. Yes.
Marinate. The key is the marinating, isn't it?
24-hour marinates. Got to hit it right.
The flavoring on this. In fact, it would be sacrilegious and a crime to put sauce on these things. You would need to go up and slap the wing out of someone's mouth.
They don't need sauce.
If they dare to do that.
They don't need sauce.
No, like I said, you would be ruining the experience of how good these things are if you put sauce on them. Look, I love a sauce too, but not on these wings.
Don't make us come slap you.
Yeah.
Well, you know me, I'm a sauce bitch, and if I'm saying they don't need sauce,
they're very flavorful and juicy.
Yeah. And I lost my mind, too. I balled that salad over there.
It's a great salad.
that's the one I've been talking about. That's the good one.
#1 seller.
Yeah.
Damn.
Y'all gave me a little trick Tupperware thing. Here's the thing. It looks like it would snap, but it doesn't.
The lid doesn't fit.
So it's kind of it's a trick. So you're going to get all confident, right? And then you're going to lose focus, and then you're just going to dump the wings all over you on the way home.
We said, wait till he's wearing a white shirt.
Yeah. Okay, we got a white shirt. Get the wrong lid.
Get that trick
It's so
Tupperware.
funny. You like the joke.
If those wings fell on the ground, I don't care if it was the pavement outside, I'm still picking in them.
I agree.
No, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. How bad can it be?
2-second rule.
Especially if no one's watching me. I mean, I'm an animal. I'll eat anything. I mean,
Sometimes it's more of a crime to throw the food away than to just deal with whatever germs you're going to get from the quick time it's spent on the ground.
Exactly.
So that's something you do. And we got to show off that salad real quick, too. What all goes into this? Because this is, I know it's a little bit of a secret, but you can eyeball some of the stuff that is on top of this. And, man, it's just, you got the candy walnuts on there. You got the olives, which I absolutely love. You got the peppers on there, the tomatoes, the cheese. Can you speak what is everything that is in this?
The
amazing
garbanzo
bowl?
beans, red onions, chopped tomatoes are also on there. The olives are the Kalamata olives and Sicilian olives. Shaved parm tops it off, and it's made with not iceberg romaine is what I'm trying to say. It's not made with iceberg. Everybody's nervous about it. It's made with romaine hearts. So we're steering clear of the problem, and that still is a #1 seller in every restaurant.
That's the good stuff.
And it
that's the good
looks
stuff.
good enough. I'd take 2 weeks of diarrhea for that.
What's the dressing though?
The dressing is a secret. That's the old ancient Chinese secret type thing. But that is a honey balsamic vinaigrette made in every store, homemade, fresh, nothing out of the jar or anything like that. And yes, you could buy it at the location, but unfortunately, it's not available for retail sale yet. But we're going to work on that.
That's the kind of dressing that you can just take a piece of bread and dip it in.
Yeah, it's really good.
We have bread, too.
You got the bread now, garlic rosemary loaf.
Oh,
And there's
so good.
There's going to be a journey that I'm going on, another journey other than my mime journey. Chef Andrew is going to teach me how to properly spin and make a pizza.
This is going to be fun.
I've always wanted to learn the proper way. You know when they're spinning it and they're doing all the flour and all that? I want to do it right.
this might be the biggest challenge you've ever taken on.
I think so.
This guy, we call him Knuckles behind the scene because he's just all thumbs and big knuckles.
If you're going to insult me, can you at least wipe that half of chicken wing you've got on your lip? Look, it's still there.
It's still there. I'm saving that for later.
You can tell that mouth's been busy.
Yeah.
I ate about 6 wings in like 30 seconds.
I want to see the pizza, too, if we could. Because, there's a couple things I got to address, and maybe you can help me out here. Now, Speak a little bit to the style pie. Well, it looks fantastic. I love the charred crust.
Yeah, listen, back in Italy, when they made pizza in the ovens, they were using wood to make it. When everybody came to America and they wanted to keep this fad going, there wasn't accessibly wood used for burning, so they went with coal. They thought that was the same type of cooking source. But it really wasn't, because coal gets a little bit too hot, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. People can cook that pie, and you know there's many people that make it great. But the wood is a controllable temperature. You're able to just throw the log on the fire, maintain that 7 to 725 degree temperature. So it lets the dough rise. Bread was cooked to rise, and that's what pizza is. Tomato sauce and cheese on bread, and cooking it at the right temperature in the wood oven where we control the heat. We put the cheese on the bottom, which sets a nice base for it, and then a little bit of fresh tomato sauce blobs on there, and that's just crushed tomatoes. There's no paste involved. That's just real fresh herb of the tomato, and that's the flavor.
And they brought you extra sauce too, Jay Bird.
Oh my gosh! Happy birthday, Jay Bird.
Yeah, right.
What I like is you guys don't overchar it.
No, try not to. Really, try not to.
There are places that they do the wood fires. They overchar the hell out of the pizza. They don't do that.
Yeah. That comes down to maintaining the right temperature. 1 or 2 logs at a time. Sometimes I see the guys might throw in 3 logs. You'll get too much flame, and that's going to have too much char. You got to maintain. Listen, you throw in the log in, gives you the temperature, and also it illuminates the oven so you could see what's going on. You know, you can monitor it, and you got to spin them pies. I know it's a round pizza, but I say it's got 4 corners because every angle. Sometimes you got to cook 4 corners of the pizza and move it around the oven right.
Got it. You want it to be even.
Yeah, even char.
I got some mind-freaked ideas for some pizzas that might scare...
Mime?
Mime. I got a lot of projects going on right now.
He wants to also do some mime work. So
I'm studying mimism.
he's studying miming.
Okay.
It's great for the radio.
So once he learns how to make a pizza, he can do a lot with his miming. So
there you go. Can you imagine a mime working in a pizzeria?
Well, there's a lot of things I want to say to Virginia, but the words would be too harsh. I have to mime them.
You can mime right now.
Nobody will talk back to him.
You were talking about how in Italy they were making it with the wood. And one thing that I had recently read, and do you know anything to this? They talked about certain things that had come from a country, came to America, was revamped, and then sent back to the original country. And they were talking about pizza being that way, that once upon a time, pizza in Italy was more of kind of like a peasant food.
Oh, yeah. True. Very true.
So the New Yorkers that came over, the Italian Americans, when they got to New York, they kind of changed it a little bit. And then it kind of got sent back to the old country when they go back to visit. And then the Italians who were there like going, we kind of like what you're doing with this. And they kind of adapted their recipes. And so if you go to Italy,
you'll get
a lot of what you're getting is American style pizza.
American influence, yeah. Basically, like you said, it was the cheapest way to get something to eat on the streets. And it was a piece of bread, and literally, even though it's round, they would make it round. They folded it into a square, and you would eat it like this. And that's where almost the fold comes now. And you would see, I think it was on a Raymond, one of those Raymond. He folded it up and gave it to him in a small handheld thing, because you would walk to work with it. And if you had to, with that paper wrap around it, you would wrap it back up, and they'd stick it in their pockets, and they'd eat it later on for lunch.
I love leftovers.
It was a real pauper's food because, I mean, dough and flour is really easy.
Right. So basic,
quality is in the cheese.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Now, the one question I have, I don't know if you can help with this, and I hear you have a little bit of an accent. I'm assuming maybe you've been to New York before.
A little bit. A little bit, yeah.
Go
I was
born in Brooklyn.
I took a leap. Okay, I took a little bit of a leap there. But
Yankee fan?
I'm actually a Met fan first.
Okay.
I know everyone might hear this is going to be,
you.
what? You're a Yankee fan. Well, I grew up so close to Shea Stadium that I went to a lot more Met games. And I was young, and the Mets were new at that age, and the Yankees had always been around.
Right.
And I cheered for them, but I cheer for both of them. I'm one of those guys that is on both sides of the fence for the Yankees and the Mets.
Yeah.
If the Yankees are playing anybody else, I'm rooting for them. But if they're playing the Mets, I'm going to root for the Mets.
wow. Good for you. I like to hear that.
Yeah, that's the truth. Truth be told. I'm still a New York Ranger fan, even though Floridian Panthers are kicking our butt.
Yeah, everybody, yeah.
But they're a great team. They're going to be awesome this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are.
New York's got a hot hand. They had a drought for a while.
No, I'm talking about the Panthers.
Panthers.
The Panthers got a great
Panthers
team.
going to be good.
Panthers.
Rangers are in a rebuilding state,
Oh,
but the Panthers just got so many great pieces together now, and with the Kachuk brothers, and I know Bobrovsky is gone, but they got a great second guy to take over. But that team's going to be number one this year.
It's so nice that we actually have a franchise that's really going out there and trying to win, because I'm not sure that Maybe the Heat are trying. They're still.
Hey, there's still some baseball left. Go Marlins.
Yeah, they're not bad. The Marlins are not terrible.
They just they're on their longest losing streak in franchise history now. Yeah.
They were hot for a while.
They had the best June ever. Yes.
What happened?
The best June ever, and honestly, the worst possible July ever recorded in baseball.
I don't know what happened.
It happens, man. Look at the Boston Red Sox. They were in last place years and years ago. I mean, months and months ago. They won 16 games.
Yeah, they did. They went. Yeah, they went the opposite
off
direction.
From now. They're challenging everybody. It happens. You know, that's why. What are they? 300 is a great batting average. So, you know, they're doing better than their batting averages right now. And if they can maintain, great. Yeah. That's what happened with the Marlins. Doing great, and now they're back down to reality. So you got to maintain. It's not easy in professional sports.
Talking pizza, baseball, fuck you.
Yeah.
We are so locker room today.
Happy birthday, Virginia.
So my question about the New York pizzas, I've always heard, you know, they got very soft water in that area, and that's a big part of it, how it reacts with the dough, and that's why you just can't get any pizza outside of New York that is that good. Yeah. Do you agree with that? Is the water that magical, and can you not get in South Florida the same kind of pizza you can get in New York? It's just never going to be as good.
Not as good, yes. I'll have to say not as good. But there are a few pizzerias out there with the New York style pizza, and the right crusts happen because you have to ferment your dough. Now, if I made a batch of dough this morning and I went to make a pizza tonight, no good. Chewy, not going to be crispy at all. The dough needs the air time, and the yeast needs to activate and ferment. So any dough we make today, the pizza won't be made till probably midday tomorrow. I got probably 150 to 200 dough balls fermenting every day. And the difference between a New York and a Floridian dough is the hard water down here doesn't let that dough aerate or ferment as fast as it does in New York.
Okay.
And that's what happened.
Who's got better pizza? Because this is always a debate. Is it New York or is it New Jersey? And I know Detroit is trying to get in that mix too.
Different styles.
Connecticut.
Connecticut has a lot more coal and wood-fired style. And when you have that flavor, which we know, you add...
It's New Haven, right?
It's a New Haven style pizza. And that char or that smoky flavor you get from an open flame, it's a different ballgame. It's like, you know, saying I want a Toyota and I want a Honda. I mean, it's the same thing, but they're made different from different aspects. A New York pizza, like I said, is the sauce is on the bottom, but there are a lot of what they call deck ovens, which is the door ovens. And they have a temperature control with the flame underneath it. My control and other restaurants that use a solid fuel source, which is wood or coal, their temperature comes from the top. Their heat, and the heat that comes over the pizza, and sometimes it cooks into the clay of the stone, but the heat from the bottom really chars that crust, or I should say, crisps that crust. And the best way to get a slice is to have a pie, take it out of the oven, let it sit, then throw it back in the oven and crisp it up even more.
Oh, okay.
So
some hints.
There's a couple of restaurants out there that have that style, but I can't reheat my pizza in a wood oven, and coal fire can't do it because it'll burn too fast before it comes back up at the temperature. But the deck oven companies out there, some other company, I don't know if they still do it, but they would literally take the pie out, wait for you to come in. Oh, you're here to pick up your pizza? Throw your pizza back in the oven. Cook it up the right way. Get it nice and crunchy, because a sliced pie is a reheated slice. You ever get a slice and you fold and it cracks right there? Yeah. It's been reheated and toasted perfectly. So the best way to eat a pizza, of course, is not out of a box. It's right out of the oven, fresh in the restaurant.
What are your thoughts on Totino's pizza? The frozen pizza.
That's disgusting.
Listen, I just wanted to...
We've always had that thing. Like, pizza is like sex. No matter what it is, it's always good, however it comes out.
Unless it's Totino's.
Totino's. When I was a kid, I had it. I thought I was a chef back then. Mom, I need garlic salt. I need oregano. And I need that. And I redo the whole pie. But... listen, to each his own. You know, Domino's, Papa John's, Little Caesars, Sicilian Oven. You got every walk of life in pizza.
I only brought that up because I always get so much shit from people. That is the worst pizza ever. It's the only pizza, the only thing that didn't change prices during COVID.
Yeah, it's $5 for $5, and it's exactly priced right.
Yeah. And they're coming out with these new, even grosser products.
I wouldn't eat that crap with your mouth.
It all comes down to the tomato sauce and the cheese, and the high quality cheese. We use Grande, and I'm sure everybody that has a pizzeria knows that Grande is the best cheese out there.
That was the first thing I noticed when people started slipping during COVID, because places I would like to go, there was this weird oily thing that was going on, and it was consistent with how it tasted.
They changed the
Kind of
cheese.
rubbery.
And I did the research. Every bite, I would study it. I would journal it out. And I figured what it was. They were changing the cheese, which was giving a weird oil, changing the entire taste of the pizza.
Yeah, you look at the pizzas that, they'll sell for $5. That's not 100% mozzarella on that pizza.
No way.
No, it's costing me $3 to put cheese on my pizza. So, I mean, how can you sell a pie for $5 if you got quality cheese on there? I mean, that's it. The tomatoes are expensive, too, because the tomatoes come from California. They're San Marzano style, but grown in America. And they're the best tomatoes on the market, Stanislaus product. And the people out there that know what I'm talking about know we're using the right stuff.
Mm-hmm. My question, and I would never ask this in Brooklyn because I get my ass kicked.
You might get your ass kicked here.
I might.
Forget about it. It's all right. It's all right. Let him talk. Let him talk. It's all right. It's all right.
Some guy's going to come from the back and club you.
No, I left Carmine downstairs. Carmine's downstairs. He's in the back.
I've been to New York 2 times in the last year. Went to 3 pizza places. 2 of the 3 complete garbage. The best place where I got a good slice was actually at the airport as I was coming back. And I was very surprised with that. And my question is, if you're looking around South Florida, do you agree that in New York City, it can be very hit or miss unless you're going to a place that is really known for pizza? Because I thought you could walk into any pizzeria in New York and you would get an amazing slice, much better than South Florida. And I was like, I'm eating worse pizza in New York than what I could get back home.
I agree. It comes down to them not using the right product because they think, oh, this is simple and easy. And listen, I've got a lot of companies come to me and I say, I could save you so much money if you use this product or that product. It's not about saving the money. It's about selling the quality. And that's where it comes down to. And people come, I'm like, how can you not make a pizza? And you figure out why.
Yeah.
They're probably buying frozen dough, which we make our own.
Okay.
They're probably buying paste and adding water to make a pizza sauce, and they're not using the top quality mozzarella. Some of them use blends. Sometimes they'll add provolone and mozzarella. They'll add fontanini. They want a fontanella cheese. They want a different flavor. They think that they're playing, that they're mad chemists. They can mix stuff. But why screw up with something that is right?
See, I thought in New York there'd be a code. Like you can't.
There should be a code, but
you cannot make bad pizza in this city, and that's why I was like, that's crazy. That I went to 3 places.
Yeah.
Oh, none was a star, but 2 were terrible.
New York has become so much more diverse with culture that, you went to a pizzeria, an Italian had it. An Italian history, and this is how my grandmother told me to make the sauce and squeeze the tomatoes. Now, and I'm not knocking anybody, but other, cultures are trying to copy a very easy made item, but they're not doing it right. Because somebody's going to come in and tell, but you know how much more money you could save if you use this? No, it's not about that.
Right.
And it's not being made by the true people. And I've gone back to when I was a kid and the pizzerias that I used to eat at, the same guy's not there no more. And he sold it. And maybe he didn't have sons and the daughters didn't want it, or he didn't have kids and he sold it to somebody and they're like, well, we're going to change it. We're going to do it this way. I got a better idea. And there are some, L&B, Spumoni Gardens. They're never going to change. It's the best square slice, going in there. There's other places.
That's in New York?
That's in New York.
What's it called again?
L&B Spumoni Gardens. Very famous. I mean, that's the best place to go get a slice in New York.
Okay.
I would recommend that if you go in there.
Yeah, I'm
and
putting
until
down the
Sicilian
place 'cause-
Oven is there, they're just going to have to be number one.
I am over walking into pizzerias in New York and thinking that
You
this
got to
is-
do your research ahead of time.
Yeah.
I love to look at the lists and see who's highly rated by the people.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, maybe this is racist of me, but I want Italian fingers in my pie.
I know what you're saying.
I need it.
I know what you mean.
How do you spell that? L&B? Because I want to make sure I get that.
Literally L&B.
R-A-C-I-N.
Oh,
And then Spumoni, like the ice cream Spumoni Gardens. They're, I
okay.
think they're under the Manhattan Bridge. I exactly forget where they are. I haven't been there in a while. But there's a cult going on over there. That's a famous. And listen, you see famous Ray's Pizza. Everybody's copying the name. And in New York, it's almost every block there's another pizzeria. So you really got to do your research, like you were saying, and find the ones that have been there since the beginning and maybe still under same ownership family-wise. Other than that, you might get, a Ukrainian guy that cooked pizzas for them for a little while, or even was a dishwasher, and the guy says, I got nobody to buy. You've been here since you were 12. Buy the pizzeria from me. And he does. And he goes, well, you know what? I know this guy was making all this money, but if I change the tomatoes from this one to this one, I could save this much money. $3 to $4 a case adds up. Everybody wants to know why our pizza costs as much as it does. Like I said, we don't use paste. So I take a can of tomatoes that's just crushed up, and I can make, let's just say, for argument's sake, 50 pizzas. But if you take a can of paste, you can make 100 pizzas out of it. Maybe 125, because you're adding water.
Yeah, and I can see, look, with the economy the way it is, and if you're a business and you're just hanging on as it is, I could see
some corners.
I could see where you'd be like, guys, we have no other choice. Like, we have to go down this route.
Yeah.
And then it degrades.
And you could do it cereal brands, too. You could make it a little smaller and charge the same price. Because you ever see that? You used to get a box of cereal big. And now it's this big and it's the same price.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you here. L&B Spumoni Gardens, 86th Street, right?
86th Street, yeah.
86 in Brooklyn.
Is it illegal if someone buys out of, let's say someone bought a pizza restaurant and they start changing stuff, but they keep the name and the public doesn't know it's got, do you have to let the public know that it's been bought by somebody new? Or all of a sudden you just
think so.
You just go to the restaurant?
There's no laws.
No.
Well, you don't have to say it's so bitchy.
That's kind of a dumb question. Don't insult the chef.
No, that's a
but I understand
great
his point.
question.
He's like, don't you feel like you owe it to your history of yourself to tell him, listen, I'm selling it. It might not be the same, but then you're ruining this guy's chance at being successful, or the woman. And there are a lot of very, very good women out there that can cook and make pizzas. And my plantation store is 80% women in the kitchen.
Wow.
Very proud of that location.
Where are your locations again, so people know?
Starting from the south, we're in Aventura. Then we go to Cooper City, Fort Lauderdale, Lighthouse Point, Plantation, Coral Springs. Now we hit Broward County. Palm Beach County. We have Boca, Delray, Wellington, and PGA. Soon, the next year and a half, we're going to be in Doral.
Nice.
We're going to be in Weston. We're going to be in Kendall, and we're looking at Boynton.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
getting
getting
out there.
every inch of South Florida then.
Well, we got to share the love.
There
You guys
go.
deserve it, man. I really
Love
do
your
from
stuff,
the
man.
bottom of my heart. Love y'all's food.
It's funny. We get a lot of. Can you open up in North Carolina? You'll kill it. Guys, it's not that easy. I just can't run up there unless you're going to give me a little private jet to fly me back and forth. I can't be
Captain
everywhere.
Crest will fly you
That's
up
right. Get
there.
on his shoulders.
we
He'll fly
love
me
you
up
in
there.
Alaska.
We would love to keep it growing, and we partnered with a company that is helping us to open more and more locations. My partner Ralph and I, we did one maybe every year and a half, and it wasn't as easy. But now we have a great staff. We have a lot more people in our corporate office that are helping us grow faster and faster. But we're going to keep our eye on the prize. We can't grow too fast.
Yeah, no, and keep the quality.
Yeah, I have to
Like
keep the
you
quality.
said, I can see where that is a trick. You're growing, and the growing to scale is a tough thing to do.
Very true.
I've seen
keep it
so many
consistent.
great franchises that got too big for their britches.
Yeah.
And then they started cutting corners and not using the right kind of cheese and all that. It doesn't sound like you're going to go that
if
route.
it was my pizzeria by myself, and let's just say this, I'm making the money I'm making. I'm making a lot of money, and now I want to hire somebody to do the job that I was doing, and I want to go enjoy life. Well, I'm not going to make the same amount of money because I got to pay somebody to do that.
Yeah.
And that's when they go, well, you know what? Let's cut back on this because I still want to make what I was making when I was running the store.
Gotcha.
You can't do that.
And there
You've
it
got to
goes.
say, I'm going to take the cut because I don't want to lose it in the long run.
Right.
People notice, we talk about this all the time. We talk about places that are trending up and trending down, and the people, it's almost unanimous. When we start going down, people are like, yes, I noticed that just wasn't as good, or that place is great, and having a moment. So, and the word of mouth spreads so fast, man. When you start messing up and doing bad pies or whatever, the people will talk.
We always had said we want word of mouth. We don't do advertising and coupons. We never did. Now sometimes we'll do something for grand openings like we did in PGA. We got a billboard and we gave out free salads. But we found that word of mouth, like, you got to come to this place. You got to come to this place and try it. It's really good. People trust in other people's words, except for you give me 2 for 1, 2 for 1, come for 2 for. I don't want 2 for 1. What are you giving me crap for?
Right.
I want
Yep.
quality. I'll pay for the quality. You hear that a lot of times. I'll go there, but man, the food is amazing, and I don't care that it was $100 for one person. It was worth it. Oh, I'll go there because it's $15 and I can eat all I want. Man, what are you eating?
right.
What are you eating?
Ugh.
You go to a Golden Corral and you're at a buffet and you're eating nothing but carbs. That's all there. Oh, look, I ate the bread. Great.
Boy, I've got some stories about Golden Corral.
Yeah, let's not talk.
I won't bore you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good, though. You realize that. It's just as powerful, positive and negative.
Yeah, like I was about to say, you're right. I was saying all of those positives came in great, but the negatives are multiple that. One person puts a bad thing out there, and we try to do it. Listen, we have our handheld when you cash out. You could put a thumbs up or thumbs down. And as soon as that happens, it notifies the manager and notifies us.
Good.
We'll get it.
Smart.
And they'll come right there. If they didn't leave the building, we go to, what happened? What's the matter? Well, I just did. I'm so sorry. Why didn't you let me know? I would have made it for you. Here, don't worry about it.
Smart.
Come back next time.
Yep.
Because we want them to know we don't look at it as not caring about you. We got your money. We want you to go and tell your friends how we may have screwed up, but we made it up to you. And we want to stay. Our last meal is your last meal is our first impression, and it's got to be really the right one.
Yeah, that's good to see you're doing well. I can see where you're successful. Everybody who's successful, you see, there's a pattern to it. It's not by chance. It's not a fluke. It's intentional, and you put in the work.
We brought a bunch of pies last night to Gardens Hospital because Little Smiles loves to feed the nurses. And these nurses were like, what? They were like, gourmet pizza? Gourmet pizza? Because, sometimes people will bring like Little Caesars or stuff like that. But when you bring Sicilian oven, that means you went above and beyond because you care about giving quality gourmet pizza.
When I had my hip surgery, Virginia brought in, the staff a bunch of pizzas, and I was treated like a rock star.
It works.
It's such a good move.
It works.
Yeah, they're going to tend to you a little bit better when you
need some extra pain medicine, Mr. Pennington? Sure, here you go.
Yeah, as they're chomping on a slice of pizza, I'm like, yes, more morphine, please.
Yep. Well, thank you, Chef Andrew. Appreciate you guys coming in.
Yes,
thank you so much.
You should have come on Thirsty Thursday with the cocktails. They're like $9 for our special cocktails. That would have taken you instead of the morphine.
Okay, Kev, I will not be coming in on Friday.
Thirsty Thursdays means absent on Friday.
Yeah. We try to have good. We started out with just beer and wine, but we have a full liquor bar now, so we have happy hour. It starts at 11. We don't start at 4. It's 11.
for you.
11:30 when we open up till 7
Should
p.m.
be.
Yeah,
I
it
love
should
that.
be. Monday through Friday, it's $1 off. I think.
I'm an adult.
Beers.
Whenever I want to drink and drink cheap, I should be able to drink and drink cheap.
I don't give a shit if it's Monday at 9 a.m. I want to drink. I'm an adult,
That's
damn it.
right.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Exactly.
That's why we say it starts at 11:30 because somewhere it's 5 o'clock.
Put in the time. Don't give me
Happy hour
attitude.
Monday through Friday. You got to come check us out.
Yeah, love it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother.
Thanks, guys.
And Virginia, on something that you were talking about just a second ago with giving out the love and the pizzas, our West Virginia girls, Kathy and Renee, she said, so thank you to Virginia because I've been flying back home to West Virginia a lot the last 7 months. And I started bringing candy for the flight attendants, and they really do appreciate it.
It works. I'm telling you.
They're always very kind. A couple of weeks ago when I flew home, it was a very stressful time as my 91-year-old mother has just been put in hospice care. And when I boarded my flight, I gave the flight attendant a big bag of peanut M&Ms. She said, drinks on me. Then another attendant shouted out my seat number and thanked me. And when they came around for the refreshments, I asked for a Bloody Mary, and she gave me 2 bottles of Tito's. Girl, I needed those drinks.
Yeah,
they were
you did.
so kind. If only takes a small token of appreciation.
Yeah, it really is so easy. Like all these, like even the person checking you in, like no one gives them little gifts, and you make their day.
Yeah.
Just a little bag of candy, or just sometimes I'll slip them cash if I've got like extra 5s or 10s on me. Like they're just like so appreciative. You've changed that person's whole entire day.
Even just being kind of cool with them. I remember when I went to Oregon, I was just talking to the woman working on the plane, and she was nice, and it was before it got too crowded. And when I ordered a drink, she goes, hey, I brought you an extra bottle. Just to be cool. Yeah.
She knows you like doubles and triples.
I already ordered a double. That motherfucker was a triple.
Triple for that nipple.
That was a real nice flight.
Now, we're talking about pizza. Jaybird, you said that you went to a place and got the best onion rings, talking about word of mouth. This was, I believe, at the Publix, was it not, where you got the onion rings? They were so amazing.
Don't sleep on Publix onion rings.
Really?
I will. When they're cooked right, they are delicious. My only critique: sometimes they'll be overcooked and they get a little too crispy.
Okay.
But when they're cooked the right way, they're not too expensive. They give you quite a good amount.
Huh.
And if you find a nice little dipping sauce with that baby,
Yeah.
I think it. I was pretty impressed with I've been impressed with their subs lately as well. It seems like they're going back to the roots. The last few I've had have been really good. The onion rings have been good.
Yeah, the thing about Publix, I think the conversation recently, talking about word of mouth, people were talking about the pub subs trending down, but I think at least with Publix, they put in the effort. Other places you see the decline and they don't do anything to stop the slide. But I will tell you, places like Publix, I think you're always going to ebb and flow a bit, but they seem to try to stopgap any kind of slide and get in there and fix it. They must do something and have their ear to the ground and really listen to the word of mouth. Because they do seem, I know we've had other issues in the past with Publix, but they seem to address them and get them fixed pretty quick.
And let's not get it twisted. I'm only speaking about how things tasted at Publix. I understand their prices have gone through the roof. That's the number one complaint I hear anytime we bring them up, going, when the fuck did Publix get so expensive? But the subs and the onion rings definitely, I think they're on point.
Yeah.
But I remember Virginia saying you didn't like the onion rings from Culver's, and you had them a second time, and you said they were awesome.
They changed?
No, they didn't. You were fucked up that day.
I was fucked up that day?
Yeah, there you go. That's more. That plays more. And I'm not even talking about alcohol. I just think you might have been in a mood.
I can be fucked up and sober.
Yes, I know.
It happens.
That's actually the worst kind of I'm scared of Virginia. I'd rather have you have some drinks in you. And
Dizzy, I don't know where I am, and I'm mad.
sober
that's
angry.
not good.
Sober angry Virginia is scary.
Just give her a drink.
Give her a drink. She needs a cocktail stat.
Louis sent an email. He said, Kevin, you're having a discussion today about Smalls from that amazing coming-of-age film, The Sandlot. She said, yeah, my mom and I were looking to that commercial recently for Hershey's, where you see Smalls, now an adult, all grown up, sitting around with what we take as his young son. And just like in the film, he proceeds to instruct his son on the correct way to make the best s'more. And then he chimes in with his tagline from the movie, I'm kind of famous for it. And mom says to me, he kind of looks just like he did in the movie, except all grown up. And he did. I couldn't even believe. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's fun.
A lot of the kids do. I was the catcher. I forget his name, but he was just doing an interview, and he looks like an adult version of him as a child.
It's kind of wild because a lot of times people do not. You've seen some of the child actors. In fact, it's the kid that was in Jerry Maguire looks radically different now.
The kid that played Charlie Bucket from Willy Wonka does not look anything like he was as a kid.
Yes.
He's got a big old mustache, and it looks bizarre.
Yeah, some of them are wild. And Anthony said, we saw The Hawk on Netflix. Let me tell you, it's awesome, funny, and dumb comedy, just like classic Will Ferrell does. 10 out of 10.
Wow.
I recommend watching I watched the entire season in one day. I was that entertained.
I'm hearing good things about it.
Okay.
That's amazing.
I love to hear that. That's great. I love when Will Ferrell is doing great Will Ferrell stuff.
Especially if he filmed part of it here locally.
Sure, yeah. I mean, hey, think about that for TGL. You know, I don't know how they're doing ratings-wise or how it's growing. I mean, we're so close and centralized to the TGL. It's a great experience. I went to one match last year, and it was such a good time. So exciting, fun. They made a lot of things. It's almost not quite like Banana Ball, but there was a lot of action DJs and stuff like that kind of kept the entertainment going. That, yeah, I think I probably liked it better than if I would have gone to a match and you're walking around.
Yeah, I mean, you can't walk in this heat. Oh,
Right.
you'll die.
I've been to 3 real golf matches in my life, and I've been yelled at all 3 of them with Virginia. Do you know every time? What's that one event in PGA that we always go to? The big one?
With the old Honda Classic,
The
which is
Honda-
Cognizant now.
Yeah, that one. Me and Virginia. Well, it really wasn't our fault. They put one tee, feet away from a bar.
It was the putting green.
Was it the putting green?
It's the bear's trap.
Yeah.
It's like the trap, the bear's trap.
Well, I don't fucking know. I
The
was hammered.
flag and the pin.
I was hammered. Remember, I threw up in the halls of legends or whatever.
The Hall of Champions.
Yeah. But there was one year we were talking so loud, he gave us like a kind, guys, gotta be quiet. By the second time, it's like, you guys need to be quiet. This is golf. And then
And then we laughed even louder.
the second year, the same exact thing happened on the same hole.
Well, it's not our fault. You put the bear's trap right next to that hole, and it's like literally feet from it. And I'm sorry, I'm just doing shots over here.
You know, there's a lot of people that don't even give a shit about golf. They're just there to socialize and drink. So
That's me.
They could care less what's going on the green.
Well, you know, honestly, it's a majority of people. I mean, I hate to tell them, but you know, when it comes to sports, it is even the overall population. you got people, some of them that are diehards that are there for everything and really get into it, but that's not a majority of the people. In fact, I saw this and it's kind of eye-opening. They say 78% of Gen Z attend live sports mainly to see celebrities, concerts, or brand activations rather than the games themselves. That's basically 80%.
Wow.
8 out of all 10 members of Gen Z, they're not there for the sport. They're there for the excitement and everything else that goes around it. And that's why when the Honda Classic was going more in on the party and having it be raucous and they had bands out there, then people were coming, but they're not coming because of any golfer or they can't wait to see a sand wedge out of, they don't care.
No.
They don't care. They're there to party. And look, those numbers I think are really legit. That, you know, the sport itself typically is secondary for a majority of the people that are there. You even go to the championships. And I just even know with like the World Cup or Super Bowls, I've talked to people that have those tickets and they're corporate honchos or they're getting it for a licensing deal or something like that. And they're like, I don't even care.
With the exception of maybe Augusta. Everybody there really cares about the golf.
And I also do
not about the party. That's the only one.
Yeah, that might be hard pressed. That might be about it.
That's it.
Maybe some of the tennis, but even then, still. But yeah, a majority of our big main sports, people are there that aren't plugged in and don't care that much.
Well, that's why I love the original Happy Gilmore so much. Golf is supposed to be, you can't speak, you can't talk, they need their concentration. And Happy Gilmore is looking around and everyone's quiet. He goes, come on, let's get this shit going. So he's getting everyone all loud. Mm-hmm. And I like that too. I always thought it was so silly. You can't talk and make noise while they're doing their shot. I'm a baseball man. I used to play baseball and have people scream, you throw like dog shit, dickless, like the whole game.
Dickless.
And I'm supposed to concentrate. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta, no one speak while I hit this one ball that's not moving. Fuck off.
Yeah. That's why I think for these golfers, probably playing TGL is better for them. Not that anybody's yelling, but you have a more raucous environment. So I think part of it's that mind game, and just it's such a precision shot that just even off a scotch really affects where the ball goes. But I think you would condition yourself to play in a more raucous atmosphere. Be like, I've got to learn how to block out noise.
Yeah, I've never enjoyed that. You got to be quiet during the event. And never like that in tennis either. You got to, please, no speaking or have a reaction during tennis. They need their concentration.
Yeah.
It's a sport, man.
Yeah, those seem to be the most respectful sports, your golf and tennis.
Man, when you have an adult say you throw like dog shit the entire game and they call you dickless for 9 innings, yeah, for a teenager it can wear down on you, but you gotta grind it out, Virginia.
He was 10.
They say
They called him dickless when he was 10.
I think I was dickless when I was
hadn't come out yet. They say 26% only identify as diehard fans. So 1 out of 4.
That's kind of what it was on Virginia's stunt when she would go run and take the golfer's ball or whatever you did that went viral.
We're about to do it again.
Every 5th comment was a real golfer, and boy,
Yeah.
did they hate Virginia. It was so funny.
We're about to do it again because I have a surplus of golf balls. When I see them in the yard, I snag them and put them in this big vase, and it's about to overflow. So it's time.
Wow, okay.
It's time once again to mess with the golfers.
And I'm not ripping on the sport. I think the sport could be fun. I get why the sport's fun, but I mean, with the people can talk in the background, get it together, get some concentration. Let's go.
So I asked people, because I saw a few comments of people that didn't like The Hawk with Will Ferrell. So I said, if you watched it, would you recommend it? And only 18 votes of the people have watched it, but it's 50-50.
Wow.
Really?
50 would recommend, 50 would not.
I always wonder, too, if people are voting on the product or are they voting on they don't like the man? Because I just heard there are some people who just don't like Will Ferrell. So
True,
no matter,
yeah.
because my mom was like that. If my mom didn't like you, you could produce the best thing ever. She's like, no, it's dog shit. I don't like it.
Dickless.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
dickless. Oh, she was the one heckling me. She was the man heckling me.
You throw like dog shit, dickless.
And I was throwing like dog shit that day.
Yeah. You're right. No, things.
People will, though.
Yeah, and I don't know if I've ever seen an era where it's more intense, where you have celebrities that either everyone seems to like or dislike, or depending upon whatever group you're in. A lot of it's political stuff that determines how much I like somebody. Whereas before, it never used to be a political thing on how you would view somebody. Is whether were they funny, were they not funny, were they a jerk, were they not a jerk.
I cannot like the person, but also say, all right, well, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
That product they produced was good. They're a fucking dick. They're an asshole. I don't like them.
Right.
But they just made a banger song or a movie or whatever.
Yeah. There was a guy, I know you guys don't really follow the sports, but there were some people that were kind of celebrating. I've never celebrated somebody losing their job, but a guy named Ryan Clark, he was on ESPN, and he's a guy that I think some people don't really like him. He had made a couple of moves that were questionable. He used to be a safety for the Pittsburgh Steelers back in the day, so he played. But, for instance, one clip that I just saw in the last week or so, the guy, Pat McAfee, that they got on there that is like the big star that's making, he just signed a $100 million deal with ESPN.
Wow.
As they're
That's why they fired everybody else.
Yeah.
They had to pay that fat cat.
Yeah. So he was on early in his career. I think this is when he still had the podcast. Wasn't even on ESPN. And Ryan Clark was, he's like, because he was a kicker. So he's a field goal kicker in the NFL is what Pat McAfee did. This Ryan Clark played the safety position. And he was like, there are some positions kind of like what you were. We consider you kind of like a non-player. And so that's kind of one of Ryan Clark's things, where he had also gotten in trouble because there was a sports reporter that had never played. And he's like, dude, none of us respect any of you guys or anything you have to say. And the guy's like, okay, well, I'm paid to be on this panel. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I didn't play, but I think I have valid opinions and I've done my research on this stuff. And so Ryan Clark, that's a tough thing to say when somebody completely cuts you out at the knees and says anything you have to say is not valid because you didn't play. So he came at Pat McAfee, and Pat McAfee to Ryan Clark he's like, so you played safety, right? He's like, did you ever rush the ball? He's like, no. He's like, did you ever score a touchdown? No. He's like, did you ever do this? You ever do that? And he's like, I did all those things. And he said, so you want to call me a non-player? He's like, of all the 5 elements you can do in football, I've done 4 of the 5. You've done 1. He's like, so who's more the non-player?
Damn.
And it was a great rebuttal, but somebody finally came after this guy. And so the Ryan Clark would kind of do that. He had made some weird comments. He went after one guy because he's married to a white woman and, different stuff like that. And so, there were some people that are like, okay. And so he goes on to his podcast afterwards called The Pivot. And he was talking about getting fired from ESPN. And it's kind of like one of those people, like he doesn't take the blame. You ever seen that?
Yes.
Too? Yeah, that's kind of what this clip's about a little bit.
When I go home, and this kid, from the West Bank, is like so accepted in New Orleans now. Like, I wouldn't change that. Like, never. All I ever wanted to do was be accepted. And want it. So yeah, like that, I wouldn't change.
So he's
from the West Bank. That's where I'm from.
Is he? Okay.
The West Bank of New Orleans. That's Algiers and all that over there.
So he was doing his show on ESPN and done a little bit of the show. And they got word that Barstool Sports found out that they were about ready to fire him right after his shift. And they called him in during a commercial break and like, sorry, it's about to pop and we don't want you looking on your phone. And they said, you're fired.
During his shift?
Yep. He didn't come back after the commercial break.
Damn.
Wow.
And you can tell he obviously is broken up about it. So I do feel for the guy, but it's, one of those situations where you always have that where, you cross some people and they celebrate bad things for you. And look, you can like him or not, but I still want to celebrate bad things for the guy.
Well, you can't say bad things about a guy because he married somebody of a different race. Like, as soon as you start saying stuff like that, you're going to lose half the room.
He has said some things. And
you're going to lose people. You can't talk like that.
A lot of people don't want to hear that shit.
No.
I know. I don't want to hear that shit.
Love is love. And welcome to 2026. Black people and white people can get married now. And if you're not down with that, then you're just behind the times.
He had some things. Yeah, he had some comments that kind of made him a marked man. And I think if anything else, when you have people that are on the show with you, and the guy, had just been hired over from the NFL Network that he cut off at the knees. They just paid him a good contract. And like his first day on there, he's like going, we don't care what you have to say because you didn't play the sport.
Yeah.
And it's like, so what do you want to do? If I was an ESPN, I'm like, I just paid this guy a lot of money to come on here and give his expert opinion, and you've just completely taken away all of his credibility.
Well, you're insulting to the whole panel.
Right.
At that point.
And got to keep in mind, too, I understand why athletes may not like journalists at times, but there are some good journalists out there. They're all not assholes.
Right. Some of them really do their work and have good, valid information. Well, another person I'm not sure if you guys like or not, but they had the big Comic-Con over the weekend in San Diego.
Oh, no, I don't like that. I mean, that's just nothing but dorks and costumes and toys. And
Let me finish. Ryan Reynolds. You a big fan?
Nah.
Okay, I didn't think so.
We think he's smarmy, and we think he's part of the problem. He's at least 60% of the problem with him and Blake.
I called it. I told you.
You did.
I told you all this like 6 years ago.
You did.
Well, he was out wearing a gray Deadpool suit, and, because everybody else is in costume, they had no idea. So he had a little video where he's kind of going around and taking photos with everybody, and, it's really him.
Can you see his face?
No, because he's in the Deadpool costume.
I don't know what it looks
wears a
like.
mask. Oh, you've never seen Deadpool?
No.
How does she win the No Name movie game ever?
It keeps me up at night.
I mean, like ever. Like,
It doesn't speak to how good I am. It speaks to how bad you are.
no, you're right.
Well, 'cause
Absolutely.
sometimes the way I've seen your technique on No Name Movie Game, and sometimes you describe the words instead of the movie, and I think that's a helpful strategy for you. I'm over here trying to do the whole fucking plot in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You know who went? Curtis, our old intern, and then our old
I
guy,
saw some of his
Curtis.
clips, yeah.
He was
Good for
there
him.
at Comic-Con, even though he just lost his job on his morning show.
He did?
Yeah, he did.
Aw,
He just
man.
lost his job, but he's like, I wasn't going to let getting fired keep me from my favorite event of the year. And I was like, good for you.
I was happy to see he did that. Good for him.
The one we went to, I forget, it was one of those cons. We went to the one in Orlando, and we had a blast. It was really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of cosplay going on.
Well, and the one in San Diego is amazing too. The stars
the
that they
big
bring
one.
out. I mean, while you were there, you had Ryan Gosling announcing he's going to be Ghost Rider. Robert Downey Jr. that was there.
Damn.
I mean, that's massive.
That is.
They announced the new Black Panther. That was kind of a big deal. So, yeah, just one thing after another. And then the one that was kind of surprising to me was Rick Moranis.
Oh, I love him.
He has not been on screen since Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves in 1997, and he's going to be coming back for Spaceballs, the new one, playing Dark Helmet, which he had done back in the 80s.
I just was looking up and researching actors who were in their prime that all of a sudden they just vanished, and he's on the top of the list because he was crushing it. He had so many hit movies. Little Shop of Horrors, Ghostbusters, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He was really crushing it. And then he went to go raise his family. And remember, he got attacked randomly in New York. Someone beat him up.
Yes, for no reason.
I know. They hurt him pretty good.
I am so mad at that person, whoever did that. I hope they caught him.
Yeah.
He is so sweet and lovable and adorable.
He's great, Little
How
Shop.
could you ever be mean to him?
Little Shop of Horrors?
Well, what a run he had. I mean, he was at Ghostbusters, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Spaceballs, Little Shop of Horrors. I mean, it's just so many
Strange
things.
Brew.
Yeah, Strange Brew, yeah.
Take off, you hoser.
Yeah, that was a big college favorite. And then in 97, he just steps away. And it's like, it is kind of interesting because you do have, people that have done that. They're just like, all right, maybe it's either retiring or they just, I'm done with the industry.
I
or
think a lot
whatever.
of people get done with the industry because they
Yeah.
really do put you through the grind.
His
man.
wife passed away from cancer, and that's when he quit. He wanted to focus on his kids and dedicate himself to being a full-time dad.
Good for him.
From everything I've understood about the guy, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah,
Damn.
he seems like it. Yeah, and I think we love to see when somebody comes back, and I think that's
Amen.
why he had that kind of response. And you've seen that, when other people kind of step back into the arena after a while. And some of them are. I know that Cameron Diaz did that for a while. It seems like she's kind of getting back into it a little bit.
I think burnout's a big thing too. If you're running the rat race for so long and you just are kind of a shell of a person, you're not going to give your best work. And I think sometimes you need to go away a little bit to recharge your batteries.
It does show you, because people tend to forget a lot of the bad, and they really start to reflect on some of the good.
There's things that were shitty a long time ago, but because time and new audience, and just because movies or shows get run on syndication, they become beloved. Office Space tanked in the movie theater, and then it became huge through rental, and now it's considered a classic.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, well, I appreciate all y'all sending in the emails. You can always do that whenever you got comments, got something to say, you got to let us know about it. Mail at kvjshow.com. Somebody texted in, they said, Virginia, at the age of 50, you get to start counting backwards. So,
oh, good.
Yeah, so you're not 53, what are you, 46?
Wow.
Yeah, so let's go backwards. I love it.
Okay.
You guys are the same age. You guys look good for your age.
Well, thank you.
Both of you. I look fucking old compared to you guys.
You look fantastic.
Yeah.
We're all doing good.
You've had a rough month. Give yourself a break.
Exactly.
Fucker's been in the hospital, pooping out his soul.
Exactly. All right. Well, you guys enjoy your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.